What's going on? My name is Steph and welcome back to my channel, Mountain High Life. I am very excited to be coming at you with another week of training, 12 weeks out from the Mingus Traverse, an 80-mile point-to-point taking place in Arizona, a part of the Cocodona series on May 5th, 2026. This week, I'm particularly excited because we are taking a trip to Moab. So we got a lot of things going on, a lot of fun things going on this week, but before we get into that, if you're into trail running, ultramarathon training, or mountain vlogs, consider subscribing. That's what I post here on my channel. So for today, Monday, we're going to be kind of starting out the week a little bit more gentle. I had a pretty big weekend last weekend. I did my biggest long run, both vertical gain wise and mileage wise, in a very long time. Followed it up with a 10-mile run yesterday. So if you care to actually check out a little bit more about last week's training, you can go ahead and click the video on the screen here. But like I was saying, for today, I'm here down in Golden, Colorado. I'm actually going to be filming a second video on the channel, which I will go ahead and put on the screen here, that showcases the trail that I'm running today. We're here at North Table Mountain, outside of Golden, in Golden, and I'm here with my pup. So we're just going to be taking it pretty chill, getting out on trail, about 1,000 feet of vertical gain and about 7 miles. So super stoked to be starting out the week this way. I'm not going to ramble too much. I'll see you guys out there on trail. One thing I can really appreciate about running with the dog is it definitely slows me down and helps me keep my effort really chill, reeled in, because she loves to stop and sniff, or if there's other people coming, so I can count on a chill effort when it's me and the dog. Just shy of halfway done. We stopped to give Pup a little water break, hang out in the shade for just a second, and we'll keep it moving. But so far so good. Absolutely beautiful day. Seven miles, 1,000 feet of elevation gain done. That was very hot, very warm, but it is 1:15 right now. I'm going to head home, get on out of here, and get the Front Range Find edited, so it'll go up on the channel tomorrow. Don't forget to go watch that. But I do have some other things to tend to today, and ideally we're going to get a lift in. So I am going to roll on out of here. Great start to the week, pretty chill, pretty warm, but feeling good, so see you here in a bit. All right, it is now Wednesday. So I wasn't really planning on taking yesterday off, but I just kind of used it as a paper day to get schoolwork done, to do some editing, do some chores, and just not feel like I have to get out and go for a run. And I really appreciate those days. I don't know about you guys, but I love a good day off to just be productive. You know what I mean? But that was yesterday, and here we are today still being productive, because tomorrow morning we're taking off for Moab. And although this week hasn't started off on like the strongest note in regards to mileage, I did lift yesterday and I'm really proud of it. Although it was mostly just body weight exercises, I still did some strength training, and I know it did something because it hurts. Well, it doesn't hurt, but I definitely feel it when I go to sit down. So I did 3 sets of 6 for everything that I am about to tell you. So I did reverse lunges, I did 3 sets per leg, I did single leg glute bridges, I did squats, and Bulgarian split squats, 6 sets per each single leg exercise. I feel like it did something good for me, which is great. That's all I can ask for. But I am going to be getting out for a run here soon, so we'll just hit some road miles, and that way we can come back. I need to actually pack, but let's go ahead and get this run done. Made it to Moab, poop bag in hand. Before we jump into what we're up to today, last night I did 6 miles on the road, stayed up way too late packing and finishing episode 2 of the Mingus Chronicles. So if you care to check it out, I'll link it on the screen as well as down in the description. Here we are in Moab. It's 5:15 right now. And I am walking with Pup right now. We're doing maybe like an hour walk today. The reason being is after last night's run, I just had a little inflammation in my right hip flexor / groin, and loading up the car / truck today, coming out here, I could feel it just a little bit. So in order to just really respect and honor the signals my body is giving me, I'm taking it easy today. No running, but we are getting out and still doing a walk. Yeah, we'll see how we feel the rest of the weekend, but we're trying to be smart. We're here for the long haul, and I think taking a day off of running, an extra day off of running, is not a bad move. We're playing it smart, in it for the long haul, pivoting, and still gonna enjoy our time in Moab. So that to be said, come along with me and Lottie Mae for a little Moab hike. It is now Friday, 4:45-ish, and I am going to head out and see how the hip flexor / groin feels and do a run. Today it's been pretty rainy for most of the day, which was kind of nice because I did a lot of napping, I did some schoolwork, and just went full vacation mode and really chilled out, which I think I really needed to do, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna go test the leg, see how it feels. I'm gonna do just, I don't know, maybe like an hour-ish trail run, pretty casual with like vert and everything, pretty like chill trail. So we have a little over an hour till sunset, so we're gonna get out and go have some fun. So today I have on the John G Rover hoodie, which is a nice merino wool hoodie, and I love it because it's got a nice scuba hood, and also it covers your hands, has a nice little thumb hole, along with the Atlas pants. I love these pants because they have a zipper that comes up to the knee, so if you get really hot after you're all warmed up, super easy to take off over your shoes. So I love them, kind of like a track pant vibe, but also wasn't expecting to wear these pants on the trip, but it's pretty chilly out right now. Just taking it really chill, getting warmed up and getting going. So far, we're feeling pretty decent, keeping the effort on the easy side and enjoying some desert miles. Going on. So it is now Saturday, 1:30. Yesterday for Friday, I ended up doing 6 miles on trail with about 800 feet of vertical gain, and here we are Saturday. So I am not doing a long run today, mainly to accommodate my fiance, to be able to allow him to do a big dirt bike day today with his friend Eric. They're gonna be gone for probably the rest of the afternoon until sunset would be my guess. So I am on Pup duty, and me and Pup are headed out for a 12-mile run, and it's about 50 degrees. It's not super hot, but I am going to be very mindful of the heat and just how she's doing. But the nice thing about today's effort is it is a lollipop style kind of loop, and we're going to be checking out 2 arches that I have not been to, but there's not too much respective vertical gain for this route. It's going to probably be around 1,200 feet, which over 12 miles, yes, there will be a few climbs, which we're going to take very chill, very casual, but it shouldn't be anything too crazy, and I feel pretty comfortable with that, especially before a long run. And I'm going to be with pup, which means pup pace, which has a tendency to be much slower than I would go on my own. So we're going to be taking it easy and doing a little bit of a bigger effort before the long run, which is totally fine. Yeah, so we're going to be getting out and doing some exploring together. So without further ado, I'm just going to pack a few more things in the pack, and we're gonna get in the truck and head over for a quick drive to the trailhead, and we're gonna get going. So we are getting going, starting from the Behind the Rocks area. Got a little climb to begin with. Should mellow out here within the first mile. Perfect weather to have pup out. It's like 50, so the little breeze makes it a little crisp, which is great for her. Looks like we'll just be on some like packed sand, OHV, really nice. So I can kind of let pup roam and doubt we'll run into too many people, so. Nearly halfway through the run, making great time. It's been like not technical at all, flat-ish, very runnable. So this has been a great option for like a pre-long run, mid-distance run, because yeah, taking it very chill with the pup and it being just so chill, I don't feel like I'm gonna be just wrecked for tomorrow. All right, first arch of the day. I believe that's the balcony arch. And now we continue on and we're gonna catch the picture frame arch. My watch was telling me we were off route. Wish I had to get a closer look, you know? So really cool rock formations. But this climb, oh my god, right at the end, it's so steep. I'm just taking it very chill. We're walking, aren't we? I think we're pretty much done with it. It will be almost 1,400 feet of climbing, so that was unexpected. Look at how sick that is. So cool. Well, we made it. 12.4 miles, 1,400 feet of climbing. So super solid. It's always so great to run with pup. She really helps me keep the effort reeled in and really makes it feel like an adventure. It's always so much fun to have the dog along. It's definitely an added responsibility, but it is absolutely worth it because I can just see like the joy in her when we're out running and she gets to just do what a dog does. Do what a dog is meant to do, you know? But that was overall great effort. Felt super chill and feel like we did exactly what I hoped to do today, which was just get out, get 12 miles in, get pup run, get myself run, and have a good time. So mission accomplished. We're getting going for the final run of the week, Sunday run. It's also my long run and I'm super excited. I'm doing the Amasa loop with a little add-on, about 18 miles, and I think think maybe 26 to 2,800 feet of gain. Pretty chilly, barely 40 degrees, so it should be warming up here eventually. Gonna be just taking it kind of chill, enjoying the day, enjoying the scenery, because this loop is just so cool and so beautiful. Should be a fun day. Not sure how long it'll take me. Gonna just get out and romp around. Nearly 4 miles in, and it has been a grind, albeit a beautiful grind, but already 1,100 feet of climbing done. Somewhat step-uppy features, but super beautiful. So about 14 miles left. Kind of glad it's overcast and a little bit more cool, just for like water purposes. Just keeping the effort consistent. Gotta keep the fueling consistent. Just so pretty out here, and a great end to the week. Thank God for navigation on my watch, because I would have blown right past this turn. So this is my first little side quest of the day. So I'm going to be doing a small loop out and around what's called the Moonlight Spire, which will add on a little distance, give me the opportunity to check out something new. We are 6 miles in, around 1,300 feet of climbing. This telephone, or this like power line behind me, is so random. Gotta make our way down this nonsense and then back up it, I suppose. I guess we just do what we plan to do. Well, that's where we just came down. So now we're gonna run around the Moonlight Spire, which is gonna be pretty flat. I don't know, it'll maybe be 2 or 3 miles, so away we go. So we're down in this valley now, and we have like about 3¼ miles until we'll climb up out of here and complete this little loop. In total, the loop will be about 4 miles, relatively flat until we climb out of here. Trying to run as much of this little loop as I can, just to make up for how slow I know I'm gonna be going up that climb, because it'll be kind of technical. Some big high steps and pretty steep. So fun little adventure thrown right into the middle of this long run. We're here in Moab, let's live it up. We are 10.5 miles in, still making our way around the spire, but should be getting back to the climb out of here in the next half mile or so. We got to make it all the way back up there. I do just want to say, upon doing this little loop, I did take a moment to assess if this was within my skill set, my level of comfort doing this by myself. And I kind of scoped it out, and to me, I felt comfortable doing it, and that is why I did it. But I did take a moment to really consider if this was a good choice for me. So I just really want to say this to anybody that needs to hear it. But if you don't feel comfortable doing something, if something feels outside of your skill set, that is okay. You don't have to do it. There's no shame and turning around. Do whatever you feel comfortable with. And if you don't feel comfortable with something, don't do it. Easy as that. So we are over 11 and a half miles in, so less than 7 to go, and we're back on the main trail. Got a little climb, and then I think it's finally flat-ish, slash we'll actually start descending. There's a nice little breeze up here now, so moving and grooving, feeling pretty good. And a half miles, and we are on side quest number 2 for this long run. We are heading out to the Pothole Arch, which is just a little out and back. Feeling pretty good. I know the descent that we'll have once we get back on the main trail from our little side quest here is going to be tricky and technical, but Pothole Arch, here we come. All right, we saw it, we turn around. So finally got to cross that one off the list. I think we have about 4.25 miles left. Make our way back to the main trail and then down we go. But feeling good. And yeah, we're just gonna cruise and keep it moving. We sure did keep it moving. Holy fuck. Whew. Well, that was pretty casual. Just nicked my knee a little. All right. Aren't you so glad you were a part of that? I'll tell you what, out of all the places I could have fallen today, in nice, soft sand, it's like where I'd prefer to fall, so not mad about that. Funny, I'm glad I got it on video. Let me be so for real and so honest. So we're 16 miles in, we have like 2.3 miles left, and mentally I'm just like ready to be done. And unfortunately I have a steep, like I said, technical descent, so it's like you can't really move super fast and easy through this section, but it's waking me up and making me kind of get into that endurance mental training of like, I'm ready to be done with this, but we're gonna just shut that voice up and keep moving. Like, this is such a good opportunity right now, and I don't want to come off as sounding like a brat being like, I'm ready to be done. But it's been a long day, you know. It's a beautiful day, but it's been a long day. But it's a really good opportunity to try to find gratitude and presence and just dial it in, do our best to just try to have fun. So yeah, it's been a long day. The last few miles have just felt really long. Long run is done. I'm gonna get a ride home, clean myself up, and then we'll recap the talk. Okay, I got my amazing Valentine here to drive me, and we got
Money May.
So I'll catch up with you guys here in a little bit. Here we are. Monday, 1 p.m. I just did not get around to filming yesterday. I got home, showered, and I took a much deserved nap. It was really nice to just chill. And by the time I was up and moving again, I just was like, we're not we're not filming today. So let's do a quick recap of yesterday's run, and then we'll talk about some good and interesting that this week of training had in store. So number one, as far as the long run goes, I am so happy with how that went. That was actually my longest solo effort here in Moab that I have ever done. It's exciting to me because I feel like I'm gaining more confidence and knowledge in running in Moab and trails out here in the desert, and just being able to feel like I'm successfully, I don't know, getting stronger and more independent in different areas and terrain as a runner. Yesterday's run was really fun because I feel like it was a good mix of adventure and getting to enjoy and explore Moab, but also like doing the work, getting 3,000 feet of vertical gain and 18 miles done. It was a tough day, but it was beautiful, and I feel like it was just a great way to wrap up the week. As far as being 12 weeks out and wrapping up this week, I'm really happy with where I'm at. Although I did have a little bit of inflammation in my hip flexor, I think choosing to be smart instead of letting my ego decide what to do was the right move, because ultimately I was able to mitigate any inflammation or have things progress into injury. And I'm wrapping up this week feeling good, a little sore from yesterday's long run. It was, like I said, a bit of an adventure, and my tumble, my shoulder's kind of sore, same with my knee. But all in all, I feel like I made a good decision, and I'm not exactly sure what kind of stirred the pot with that whole hip flexor groin thing, but I am happy to say that taking a day or two off in the short term ended up paying off in the long term, and that is a huge focus for this training block for me, is longevity, both mentally and physically, and being able to kind of walk away from Mingus ready for an adventure-packed summer, feeling mentally and physically ready to go. Now, I did, in order to kind of prevent things from progressing, decrease my mileage from the previous week from 57 miles down to 50 miles. However, my vertical gain did manage to stay the same, most likely because I did a lot of trail running here once we arrived in Moab, simply because I want to go explore Moab. I would say I split the vert pretty evenly throughout my runs throughout the week. So other than my long run, I don't feel like I had super big verty efforts. Again, just being conscious of that little bit of inflammation I was experiencing. So although the mileage did dip down, I'm really happy with where I'm at, considering I'm pain-free other than being a little sore. And the fact that I was able to maintain my vertical gain, which wasn't intentional. Yesterday's long run ended up being a little bit more verty than I had originally planned and expected, but all in all, I think if I approach this following week correctly, we'll be able to walk away really strong and in a really great place. And especially for this upcoming week, it's kind of the last build week before a down week / absorb week. And then March will be a very focused bit of training as we kind of get into that 2-month out time frame from Mingus. Some other things, I did lift earlier in the week, but with my hip flexor and with travel, it did get a little kind of complicated there, but I am looking into this week feeling good and ready to kind of get into the swing of things. And I got a lot of comments from you guys on my last video about trying to share clips of me doing my strength training within these videos, and that is what I am going to do in the next video. So the other thing I really want to mention about this week of training in particular was mindset. And yesterday's long run, I mentioned it at the end of the run, but I started to get into that I'm tired, I'm fatigued, and I'm ready to be done. And it's been a very long time since I have experienced that mental fatigue in a run. And I always feel like there's one run in every training block where I'm like, oh, I gotta wake that up and remember, like, mentally how important it is to be strong, present, and not get ahead of yourself and want things to be done and over with. I think that's a great time to really practice reeling yourself in mentally to the present moment and really focusing in on that mental fortitude for your ultra or long distance event, because inevitably during a long distance event, you're most likely going to be running into that mental fatigue, and it's already going to be tough physically, but you haven't practiced mentally how to like reel it back in. It's going to be tough. And that was a wake up call, like, oh, it's time to start waking that up and practicing presence, mental fortitude, and remembering like we gotta be tough for this. So I think that was a really great outcome of yesterday's long run as well that I hadn't really even thought about yet with training. I think I've been so focused on, on paper, mileage, and vert that you kind of forget about the other things like mindset, all of that jazz. So that to be said, focus is going into the next week. We're going to be focusing a lot on lifting, focusing a little bit on increasing vertical gain ever so slightly, as well as kind of getting mileage back up to where we were last week, 13 weeks out, and just kind of practicing mental fortitude and nutrition, because we're not even, I don't think we need to get into it right now, but it is something that I feel like I can improve upon. I always feel like I can improve upon my nutrition, but I do think that, just starting to wake that up, not necessarily make it a main focus, but I think we have plenty of time within this training block to kind of start getting into that nutrition mindset. But I just wanted to share that with you. I know this was a little bit of a longer week of training simply because I was in Moab, and here we are exploring. And sorry, Moab is one of my favorite places. I love the desert. So any chance I can share the desert and be here and just really soak it in, I always try to. So if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week of training, and I really do appreciate all of your feedback on different ideas for training and ways that I can approach different things in regards to lifting and sharing content here on the channel. So feel free to drop a comment down below letting me know extra thoughts, ideas, or anything of that nature. Thank you again to Jonji for partnering with me. Thank you so much to Koros for helping me out and keeping me on trail on the correct route this weekend. You can click both links down in the description. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you again for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you get out on some trail today, and I will see you in my next adventure. Bye.